Notice the absence of effort it takes to just rest in the here and now. Notice that you do not have to practice being in the present moment. Regardless of what is going through your mind or felt in your body, it takes you absolutely no effort to rest here and now. Even if your mind is wandering with all of the things it could be doing or should have done better, you remain still. Regardless of the sensations you're experiencing in your body, the absence of movement is present. The absence of movement, the stillness you are experiencing, is not a technique. For it takes absolutely no action and no effort to just remain as you are. Notice that nobody does stillness, that nobody does resting. For who does or who would do the absence of action? For who would do stillness? Notice that there's an absence of a practicer. For who would practice stillness? Who would practice resting? Because stillness and resting are the absence of doing, there does not need to be a doer of these attributes, of these experiences that you're experiencing directly at this very moment as you rest here and now. Yet, in the absence of a doer, something remains. This something is yourself. In the absence of a doer, in the absence of ego, being remains. Being is the stillness that you are experiencing as you rest in this present moment. Notice how nobody does being. Being is just by being itself. Being is the stillness. Being is the rest. Being is yourself. And it takes absolutely no effort to be yourself. Allow your experience of being to be moved from a concept into your direct experience of it. For the stillness you are experiencing is the experience of being. Notice that there's zero criteria needed to just be as you are. in the absence of everything, in the absence of mind, in the absence of body, in the absence of action, being remains. And nobody does this. You are experiencing your own being right now, and nobody is doing the experience. The experience is happening by just being. Your direct experience of being is the one reality. There is not somebody who has being or has the one reality. There is just being. There is just the one reality of being, which is the one reality of yourself. Your being, the one reality, is the only thing that is real. Anything that is real must contain three attributes. The first attribute is that it has to be permanent. Meaning that it's never come into existence. That it has existed for eternity. It is unborn and therefore will never die. It cannot be changing. It can't flicker or flutter. The second attribute is that it knows itself just by being itself. It exists and it knows that it exists. The third attribute is that it is self-shining. It shines by its own light. It is self-energetic. It is self-illuminating. There is only one thing that is not a thing. It's a non-thing that meets these three criteria of what is real. And this is yourself, your being, that which you are experiencing at this very moment while you rest in stillness in the present moment. After you've eliminated the doer, the mind, the body, and any movement or action, that which remains is real. That which remains is being, is yourself. For you are permanent. When you are honest with yourself, you know this to be true. This permanence is I, is I am. For your I is what's remained with you your entire life. This is the intimate experience that when you reflect back into your life from childhood, your teenage years, 20s, 30s, and so on, this is what remains permanent. This is what you cannot quite put your finger on when you reflect back into your earlier years and say, I've been the same person my whole life. It is your being, your I, that has remained permanent. This is what you're experiencing right now, is the permanence of being, the essence of childhood. And you know this to be true because you exist and you know you exist. I am, and I know that I am. This is the fundamental communication of the cosmos. If you know anything at all, you know you exist. And you shine just by being yourself. For in your direct experience at this very moment, who is doing being? Nobody does being. Nobody does stillness. Nobody does silence. For being and stillness and silence are self-energizing. They're self-supportive. There is nothing prior to them. For they have been in existence for eternity. And therefore they are self-illuminating. And therefore you are self-illuminating. You are real. You are the one reality. You are the one substance of the one reality. The substance and the reality are one. And you are experiencing this one as yourself at this very moment. this one reality is the resonance of peace, happiness, and love. The more time you spend resting in your being, in yourself, the more permanently you will experience these beautiful qualities, the qualities of peace, happiness, and love of yourself. Continue turning your attention into the stillness, into your being, and rest there, and never, ever leave. Because yourself is eternal, because it is permanent, it has never left you. It's only you who have left it. Your ego has left your heart. Your ego has been running around its entire life looking for the permanence of your heart. The ego runs around in a world that is unreal, in a world that is impermanent, that is inert, and that is rigid and solid. It runs around in this world looking for the permanence and the knowing in the self-shining of your heart, of yourself. But you can end this endless running around by simply turning within, just as you're doing at this very moment. It is this simple. It is this effortless. Make knowing yourself your primary purpose in life. For knowing yourself is ever-present happiness. Make this your priority. For you are real, and you know you are real. Utilize this evidence of direct experience of your being as your beacon. As the goalpost. Don't allow anything other than direct experience to misguide you from the truth. For you have known for eternity that what is being pointed to here, the permanence of being, is the truth. The truth of yourself. There is a metaphor in Advaita. The metaphor is the snake and the rope. When you go out one night in your backyard and you see a snake, but as you look closer, you realize that it's only a rope the kids left out. This is likened to turning within and seeing the truth. The snake is the illusory ego, and the rope is the permanent self. All you had to do was investigate the snake to see that it was only a rope. The underlying reality of the snake is the rope. For you will see there never was a snake to begin with. There never was an ego to begin with. All that there's ever been is the permanent rope, the permanent self. and you are experiencing this truthful knowledge as you rest in stillness, in being here and now. May you hear what's being pointed to and relentlessly relax into stillness and experience yourself as the rope and not the snake. May you have a beautiful, ropeful day.